Mr. Jamil Peterson, aka Mr. I Am Comedy, over here. You got people hot and bothered. You're entertaining people. You're out here getting exclusive, sir. I want to officially welcome you to the show and thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me, my brother.
Now, I do have to tell the people, we do have to get into it, and we'll just start. How did you actually get Big Boom, aka William Freeman, aka Steve Harvey's old bodyguard at this point? How did you get him on your show? Like, what happened?
Well, I started once I heard about Marjorie Harvey alleged affair with the chef and the bodyguard.
The chef and the bodyguard, was they doing them both at the same time or separate?
And he was cooking, cooking it, whipping it hard, whipping it real hard. So I didn't know that it was only one person. I thought it was two people, the chef and the bodyguard. So I started to do my homework because at first I was doing it as like a comedic thing. I'm doing the surviving Steve Harvey's mustache. You know that's a mustache. I know that's a mustache. That's a big mustache. Mustache. I'm being comedic, but I'm talking about what's already out there. I'm surviving Steve Harvey's mustache. I started the series, but then I started to do my homework. I'm like, wow, there's some truth to this right here. You know what I mean? Like, this ain't just gonna go around. Like, people ain't gonna say my feet stink. 100 people say my feet stink. 9 out of 10, they might be a little smelly.
Yeah.
So I started to get like Instagram DMs, and I don't even be on Instagram. I'm a Facebook friends and family type dude. Like, young people call me old. My nieces and nephews, they be like, you old, you still be on Facebook. I never got into Instagram. So, but I do have one. Mm-hmm. So I started to get messages from people saying that they were Big Boom's representatives, his people, whatever. So now I'm like, okay. And they're like, yo, he want to do an interview. And I'm like, why would he pick me? I'm almost at 40,000 subscribers. They're a way bigger platform. Why would he pick me? You know,
well, you never know who they watch. You never know. Like, you know, just because somebody has the big platform, hey, it doesn't mean that they want to go there. They may like you and they want to go to your stuff. So, hey.
Right. So yeah, I was like, okay, look, I had to get out of the welfare food stamp mindset. I said, all right, like what you said. I'm like, okay, maybe they watching me in Calabasas. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, all right, let's do it. Let's do the interview. So the number that they called me from or whatever, they like, yo, when the interview come, call this number, boom, 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 and you're gonna interview him. So I call the number. I go live. Now, I don't see the man's face, but I hear the man's voice. And for what the man was saying, even before I talked to him, before I get on the phone with him, you know what I'm saying? And the man was saying that he allegedly, I got to still say that, was the father of Lori Harvey. It's a bunch of stuff going on behind the scenes. He has to be quiet, but he didn't have a gag order at that time.
Okay.
He didn't have a gag order, so he could speak out. And he was saying that he was tired of hearing from all the bloggers, like, their stories. And then the fact that he knew Steve was going to come out and deny everything. And he also knew,
I mean, of course, you know, Steve around here still talking about how, you know, Marjorie's such a good lady, and we know Marjorie's past. So we know Steve's a damn liar himself. I mean, come on.
Snakes in the garden.
Yeah.
Snakes in the garden. Your ex-husband, Mr. Kingpin, you know, shout out to him. Snakes in the garden. That's all I gotta say. The book is out. So we heard about her, you know, and the man was just saying he wanted to get his story out. You know, and I said, cool, dude, I'm honored to do it, but I'm not really an interview person, but I will go live. There are a nice amount of people, thousands of people watching me, you know, out of nowhere. So cool. I interview him, but I don't know that the man, I don't know everything he's going to say. So when he came out, first of all, he told me to stop calling him Big Boom. And I still keep saying that. I'm just too ghetto for my own good. I'll be forgetting. William Freeman comes out of nowhere and he says that he is allegedly Lori Harvey's biological father.
Wow.
The man said that he introduced Steve to Marjorie, and they was at a gambling house. Da 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 da. This man is saying everything. I'm just excited the fact that he's on there. All the people watching. I got 1,100 people watching me. You know what I'm saying? So at the same time, I'm saying I'm not an interview person. That's why when people said I kept talking over them, you so ghetto, why you keep trying to be funny? I'm not trying to be funny. It's who I am. I'm excited like a motherfucker right now. Okay, but I'm going to showcase what I actually do. I'm not really TMZ. I can't believe that this man is breaking this story on my channel, but I'm also going to still do what I do is, comedy.
And let me say this too. People got to understand too, right? Everybody's style of interviewing is going to be different. You just sat there and said, like, I'm not a journalist, I'm not an interview person, but at the end of the day, like, some of the best and most entertaining interviews is when both the people are going back and forth and both speaking. Sometimes you do just want the person to just give you the information and go, but you were putting on a show. So, people are always trying to dictate how you should do some shit, but they would get fucking starstruck if somebody like that called them. They wouldn't know what the fuck to say. So
right, like
anyway.
I found it funny when they were making fun of me, but then I've been seeing the clips. I've been seeing clips of mine, which I'm happy. Go on, keep putting them out there, guys. That's just putting me out where I want to be. Because at the end of the day, I do comedy, acting, film, dance, theater. That's my main goal. But anyway, once I started to see other like real live victims, I'm not really a victim of Steven. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, I've been reacting to things comedically. I didn't realize how powerful the Big Boom interview really was. You know what I'm saying? And then after I did the interview with him, I got a hit back from his peoples from that same number saying that the man's house got raided and they took the pony.
Okay, so you're talking about Big Boom. So after your interview with Big Boom went viral, Big Boom his house got attacked and they stole his pony.
Took the pony. I'm talking about the pony when he was like in the boxes with the baby oil. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And they took the daggone pony, the genuine pony, and they were looking for other stuff like pictures, old pimp stuff, like different things because allegedly I can't say allegedly. The man said that he was a pimp before.
He was a pimp. He gives pimp energy. Hell, we know that.
Okay, so he was being accused. This is what his people that set the interview up. After the interview, they told me that he was being accused of still pimping. You know what I mean? Slapping a few, of them, and that he was allegedly growing marijuana in you know what I mean, in his backyard or something. So this is what the police came to his house for, and they started taking stuff, seeds and things, whatever the case may be. And I'm feeling bad at this point because like now I'm taking it serious. I'm like, damn. So he did this interview, and now he didn't have a gag order, but now there's police out of nowhere just going to this man's house after he went public and said the things that he said out of his mouth. So now I'm like, wow, Steve, and I know he has power, 400 million. You know what I'm saying? Like, I already know how much power it is to have $400 in food stamps. I'll be a bad motherfucker in the grocery store. Nobody can stop me. 2 carts. They call me 2 carts. Yes, you know what I mean? When I'm in there. So 400 million, Steve can make shit happen.
True. That's true.
So now I'm worried about the dude. The next day, I call the number again. Because like I said, I'm feeling bad. I'm feeling like I'm to blame. So I called the number again. They didn't pick up. Called it again, and the dude finally picked up. And he said, and this is supposed to be one of Steve Harvey's representative one of Big Boom's people that set the whole thing up. He said that Big Boom was arrested, allegedly. Wow. After the house, he got arrested the very next day.
What did he get arrested for?
Surviving Steve Harvey's mustache. That's what I'm saying. What did he get arrested for?
Wow. I'm
calling myself personally. I'm calling different jails in LA, different, because I'm like, where is this man? Like, where, I don't know his location. I ain't know nothing. But I'm trying to see if anybody from William Freeman And being as though I don't know the location, I live in Pennsylvania. I'm from Philadelphia. So I can't track. I'm not hearing nothing, right?
And there's a lot of William Freemans out there. Like, I mean, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm not finding out what's going on. So I got to sit back and wait. But I still got to put my content out at the same time. You know what I mean? So the very next day, the dude calls me. Same guy that set the whole thing up. And I went live. It's live on my thing, on my channel. And I said, look, I asked him, yo, can I put this live? Because people think that I just made this up. People think that this is all staged. I'm shocked just as much as they're shocked.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so I said, can I put you on live? He said, go ahead. If you go live, put me on speaker, feel free. I have no problem, you know, letting everybody know what's going on. He got on my live and said that Steve Harvey sent him, or they went together, whatever the case may be, gave him $35,000 to go bail Big Boom out. William Freeman out.
Wow.
Get him out of jail. $35,000. Steve, because he said he had to go in there. Steve didn't want it to be public. Like, he didn't want to go to where his name will be on it.
So that's how Steve is. Yeah. I get it. Yeah.
And the dude was in the office. Like, he was super legit. Like, I'm like, damn. And the dude told me, he said, at this time, William Freeman would appreciate, you know, like, he has no comments after this. He don't want to talk no more. He don't want to do nothing. After that, wow. I called that number back later on, and it said the number was not in service no more. So I'm like, and then at the same time is when Steve came out and said and denied everything, cussed out all the black ashy bloggers. You know what I'm saying? All you black ashy bloggers, you keep talking about me, your black asses, you know, ain't say nothing about the, you know, the other ones. It's right. Every race of bloggers. This is what we do. You are huge, Steven. You know what I'm saying? You belong to the world as an entertainer, and your business is out there, and you're on the hot seat. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is, you can't take it personal. The internet is a bad, you know, it's undefeated.
It's undefeated, and what gets me about Steve is how he's always like, well, you know, your black ass bottom feeders and all of these blogs is stupid and shit. And, you know, listen, don't get mad at me because I don't have to get on my knees to the white man to get a check. Now, don't get me wrong. Now, I still follow them YouTube guidelines, you know, so I guess we get on the proverbial knee to the white man or the Indian man or whoever own this shit. But at the end of the day, I don't have to go shuck and jive. I don't have to. Thank you, Steve, for paving the way. I give you that. Thank you for paving the way. But at the end of the day, Steve, you know, I saw your show and you 2 steps from being on YouTube, your damn self. That's all I'm saying.
Exactly. And they want to talk about that. And the crazy thing is they get mad at bloggers for reporting on them when this is the new day and age technology. You know what I'm saying? Like, even myself, if I was to go to want to get out, because they'll say, well, why do you want to come up off of somebody else pain or whatever, right?
They all do it.
Def Jam is not no more. Def Comedy Jam, none of that type of stuff.
Def Jam is gone. Comic View is gone. Showtime at the Apollo is gone.
So being at the right place at the right time to get discovered, that doesn't exist no more. How you get discovered today
is the internet. That's it.
Social media.
That's what it is. And I will say this, when it comes to the celebs that have an issue with us, when they thought we were not making any money, they had no issue with us. Once they figured out that people was having whole careers off of this shit, meanwhile, they've had to eat shit, eat dick, eat ass, eat stank pussy.
Right.
Get all kinds of cum shots in their face and in the crack of their ass for pennies on the dollar for years before they finally got a check, drank all kind of baby blood and adrenal shit, having to put on a wig and heels and shit. Listen, we do what we do. Thank you for paving the way. Thank you for being bent over the casting couch. Thank you for being bent over that desk in the casting office and taking it up your ass so I don't have to.
He came out and he spoke on it and he said at the end, after this is all going to come to an end. So I already took that as that was a threat. And he already said the real Steve, he said it publicly, the real Steve, if I see you, pretty much I'm going to F you up. And I was thinking, I said, all right, so if Steve Harvey see me, I did the interview with William Freeman, so I know he saw it. It's coming back. So if he try to see me, one thing about me, brother, I do not promote violence, but I know karate. I was a burgundy belt. So if he try to come up on me, guarantee you, the roundhouse, he ain't going to see it coming. Mustache juice all over the walls. But anyway,
he wouldn't do it, though, because that leaves him open to a lawsuit. If anything, he would try to set folks up. That's how they move typically. So,
and Chris Rock could have been a check. Because if Will would have slapped me, I would have just fell out. The whole show would have been messed. I would have fell out. I would have had the ambulance. Everything would have had to come. I would have made a scene.
Well, you know I think Chris missed an opportunity to go in harder. I think I would have probably said, like, you know, damn, I'm gonna be feeling this all the way to August. Like, oh goddamn, my jaw so sore. Jada, is this how sore your jaw was when August had his big ass dick in your fucking throat? Like, exactly. I probably. Oh yeah, it would have been wrong. But let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. If that was The Rock up there delivering those jokes, Will Smith would not have got out of that fucking seat.
He would have stayed right there.
You hit Chris Rock. This is not a flex.
Exactly. He would have looked at Jada. Look, I'm not going up there at all. Like, he'll slap the seat. He wouldn't have moved, you know. And that's the thing.
Was too scary to slap Tupac back in the day, but you gonna slap Chris Rock.
Exactly. Little old New Jack City Pookie. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's who you slap, you know. But and then he, like, in his hundreds, Chris Rock, wonderful guy, you know. But the whole thing is, I started to receive a bunch of DMs on Instagram, right? This wasn't directly from Steve Harvey, but these were Steve Harvey's supporters that think I'm against Steve. I'm not against Steve. I'm just doing my job comedically. This is what I do as a YouTube comic. Yeah. You know, kind of fresh in the game. I've only been doing this for 2 years. So I'm like, you know, but they kept saying to me after Steve did the Shirley Strawberry thing, I was receiving them all night long. This has been in the last 2 days. Now, just last night, somebody that said that they really are representative of Steve Harvey said that he's going to sue me if I don't take my video, the actual video with Big Boom.
How many views that video got? How many views that video got?
I think it got 75,000.
Okay, hold on. Let me go to your page right now.
That's the video he wants taken down, or I'm gonna get sued.
Okay, wait. I'm gonna share this while we on camera. All right. So you did it. Was it a live or a pre-record? Live.
It's a live.
Okay. Let's see. It says 75.
I think it's right there.
Right there.
Yep.
Okay, so let me click. Yeah, but I noticed they doing all these ads now. That's good though. Okay, so create a post. I'm gonna say, hey y'all, this the video that Steve Harvey once deleted from the internet. I'm such a shit starter.
I'm with it, man. Like, I'm telling you, when these people told me that if I don't take that down, that he's gonna sue me, I just told him, I said, listen, dude, all you gonna get is $250 in food stamps. I literally told him that. I said, Marjorie gonna have to get 20 in stamps. Lori Harvey gonna have to get 20 in stamps. She gonna have to go take Michael B. Jordan, get him a hoagie, because you can't get nothing hot. You only can get cold. So take Michael B. Jordan, get him a hoagie, tell him you're sorry for hurting them. You know,
they gotta understand something too, right? Comedians have always talked about pop culture in their sets, right? They talked about Whitney Houston over the years, Michael Jackson. Who else was big in people's comedy sets that they would just notoriously make fun of?
Constantly, like Bobby Brown, Whitney, Michael, R. Kelly, you know,
J-Lo, Beyonce, Jay-Z, Wesley Snipes. Like at the end of the day, we are doing nothing no different than them, right? The only difference is you had to go click on the channel to hear that shit. With our shit is everywhere, right? And it don't feel good when a rabbit got the gun. And yeah, it don't feel good for your business to be out there. But don't be mad at us. Be mad at your wife. Be mad at her.
And what you just broke down was exactly what Michael Blackson and Kevin Hart had. Kevin got mad at Michael Blackson because Michael kept making jokes constantly about Kevin get caught on camera cheating on his wife when Kevin already gave, and shout out to Kevin. Kevin, I like you, dude. You know, but Kevin was putting out the Steve Harvey image as his great husband, and then when he got caught red-handed and Michael Blackson kept making jokes about it, Kevin was pissed and they had a fallout. And Michael Blackson, his whole point was, yo, we're comics, dude. Don't you remember? We do comedy. Like we joke, we make, you know what I mean?
This is what it is. Although comedians, as we have learned, when them damn comedians get into their beefs, they are some of the most sensitive people.
Steve should already know. Like, I'll never take away, Steven, what you done and what you put out in the universe. When you speak your positivity, all the great things you've done has nothing to do with what we're really reporting on.
And he has a great work ethic, and he is a testament of you can have it all, lose it, gain it back. He's lost it. He's went broke, I want to say twice. You know, went from having millions to only 1,700 in his bank account and building it back. But at the end of the day, when I look at Steve, I do see an old school type of dude, but I also see a dude that's heavily insecure and that felt like he will do anything to get, you know, the cheerleader, the pretty girl, the you know what I'm saying? The prized possession. And that's fine, but it, you know, that comes at a price. She is a former queen pin. In this industry, you know, most of the baddest chicks, they're whores.
Bottom line.
I don't want to say slut because whores get paid. Whores are more professional, right? So way you do it. Kim Kardashian. Like, I'm not hating, but it is whoredom. It is being honest. So, you know, I would rather them own it. I think that I think Steve is at an age health-wise where maybe his dick don't get hard like that no more. You know, women get hornier as they get older, our shit declines. I just think they have an agreement, bro. I think they're gonna stay legally married. You do you, he do him, and just don't let it get messy. But the problem is people start talking and shit gets messy. So
and I just did a show earlier today, brother, that I found out. Shout out to Willie D. Willie D. I kind of reacted to Willie D. That his biological children, this was today, came out and was saying that and I don't know when they said it, but Willie D reacted to it today. Said that they came out and said Marjorie Harvey is using Steven for his money. And Marjorie allegedly turning Steve against them. The kids are saying it. So more and more things, as much as I feel like all the bloggers, at least I know with myself and from what I've seen, we were actually kind of like coming in your defense, Steven. Because the whole thing is, we know you admitted to cheating before, you did your ex-wife dirty, things like that. They even the lady Mary Harvey came out, she spoke with her truth. You got your truth or whatever. So we know you ain't the perfect guy. I know me.
I've spoken with Mary Harvey too. Now I don't have to me, I couldn't fuck with Steve just off of the documents I've seen, just off of, I mean, come on, man. You beat your son to his back split open. When I say beat him like a Hebrew slave, like you know, so to me, I'm just like, I'm not fucking with that. But I see what you're saying. Okay, let me put this out there. Let's be honest, right? I think it's weird for a man to have a bunch of children, but he only claimed the ones that didn't come out of his nutsack.
That's crazy.
I'm just saying, you really, if you dig and dig and dig on the internet, You got to really dig and dig before you figure out that Lori Harvey used to be Lori Woods.
And you know what? I learned the hard way when I first started YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Because when I first started YouTube, I didn't realize how many people was watching me. You know what I'm saying? Like one time, and this is where next month I'm gonna have a year alcohol free.
Okay.
So I always put this out there. I used to go live and do drunk rants. I was going through something with my ex-fiance at the time, a friend of mine that was murdered. You know, when years later, when they solved the case and I found out who did it, you know, like a close friend of all of ours, all of these things are going on at once. And then I'm dealing with my alcoholism, my mom health, everything. But I didn't realize how many people was watching me. And I was going live with this. And one time I got so drunk, I fell asleep and 7,000 people was watching me. When I woke up the next day and I seen all, like, I'm talking about so many videos of motherfuckers using me as content, that's when I knew. I said, damn, YouTube's a bad motherfucker. So, and I didn't even want to look at the shit. Even my neighbors, there was a video, they said, Jamil Peterson kissed a white man and I think he likes it. You know, I can laugh at these things now, but at that time, I was like pissed off. Like I wanted, even when I would go through something with somebody on the internet, I really wanted to go see them. Even though everybody like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Jamil Peterson, Mr. I Am Comedy, and my Instagram, which I don't be on there like that, but I do respond clearly. My Instagram is Jamil Peterson, Mr. I Am Comedy, and my Facebook is Jamil Peterson. There go the channel. I appreciate you, good brother. Thank you so much for having me. And I'm going to continue to survive Steve Harvey's mustache. More great content to come.
It's a storm show. Ay, it's a storm show.